Hi, it's Andy with American Guitar Academy Music Lessons. On this video, I want to talk about the 3 music learning myths. These are 3 myths that we hear all the time about when people are considering learning music or even when they've started that seem to come up and are just plain wrong, okay? And they hold people back from moving forward in learning music and doing what they want to do on their instrument. And I just want to talk about these so that you have you might have fallen into one of these, or you might know somebody who has. Just so you're aware of how these can hold you back if you're beginning to start playing a musical instrument or you're thinking about it. My hope is that you don't let these hold you back, okay? The first one is, I wasn't born with any talent. Okay, we hear this a lot. This idea that everyone, like musicians that can actually play, or people that can actually play music, were born with some kind of special talent, and that no, it's not possible for other people that weren't born with that. You're either born with it or you're not. Now, of course, people are born with all sorts of maybe dispositions to being better at certain things than other things, and that's just the normal way everything happens. People are better at math than some other people, just like that. But music is a skill just like anything else that you learn. No musician was born out of the womb being able to play. They had to develop the skills. They had to learn the concepts and put everything together and learn how to play. Now, there are some stories about people who just magically got on a piano and started to play. And I don't really know about those, but those are very, very, very few. Most people, musicians that you've ever heard of, okay, that are famous or not famous, but most musicians that are actually really good at their instrument had to go through the steps of learning all the skills, learning the concepts, how everything fits together, and they had to take the steps to develop those. And it was a process. And they weren't, like, again, they didn't come out of the womb being able to play like they can play. It took some time, effort, and they had to go through a process to get good at that, just like anything else. Just like they had to learn how to walk, just like you had to learn how to walk, it's the same basic idea. So the idea that because you weren't born with a special affinity maybe for music, that's not even, I don't even know if that's even accurate. So you really want to just think of it like anything else that you have gotten good at. If you have a desire to want to play an instrument, then you automatically have the ability to do it. Then it's just a matter of how to do it, once you know that. So if you come from that place, you're going to do way better than always referring back to, well, I wasn't born with any talent. If this myth kind of stays in your mind while you're learning, you might tend to use that as an excuse if things aren't going as fast or as exactly like you want to every single moment. You might fall back into thinking, well, hey, maybe that question might still linger there, and it's gonna impede your learning process. So really, I recommend just getting rid of that belief altogether. It's not about talent. I mean, you can go ahead and talk to any musician that you consider to be a really good musician, and just ask them, hey, how did you get? Were you just magically able to do this, or did you have to work at it? And they're probably going to laugh at you because they had to work at it, okay? So just know that you can do it if you have the desire to do it, okay? The second myth is, I don't have any rhythm. We hear this all the time. I don't have any rhythm. I wasn't born with any rhythm. Well, let me tell you. If you have a heartbeat, you were born with rhythm, okay? We all have a natural rhythm already in our bodies. It's called our heartbeat. Okay, our pulse. If you have a pulse, you have rhythm. Then just the skill of being able to transfer that into your limbs and play with a steady pace, a steady tempo, that's all that maybe you haven't experienced yet, or you think you haven't experienced yet. If you can clap along to a song while people are singing or listening to the radio, just a normal clap or tap your foot, you already have that ability. Now it's just a matter of transferring that onto an instrument, which is not that hard to do, okay? So just know that you have rhythm if you have a pulse, okay? That's your test. The second one, or the third one, I'm sorry, is I'm tone deaf, okay? That's the other thing we hear. I'm tone deaf. I can't carry a tune. These are just all myths that people have bought into that really have no meaning. They don't even make sense when you really think about it and break it down. I'm tone deaf. So if you're tone deaf, then here's your test to see if you're tone deaf. If you listen to a song that is sung, okay, that has singing to it, right, which means notes go up and down, and you listen to a song that is rapped, a rap song that is just spoken, do they sound the same to you? Or do they sound, can you tell the difference? Can you tell the difference between a song that is sung and a song that is rapped? If you can tell the difference, then you're not tone deaf, okay? Because you can hear that there's a difference in the pitches. All being, what people mean, I think, when they say tone deaf, is that all the pitches sound the same. They can't tell the difference between what pitch they're on. That's just a skill that they're missing. Most people can hear different pitches, okay? It's just a question of if they're learning how to sing, can you match those pitches? And that's a skill that you develop, okay? Or on your instrument, will you be able to tell one note from another note? Of course you can, right? It's going to be a different position on whatever instrument you're playing. And if it's your voice, you're going to learn how each note feels and how it sounds differently relative to each other. So these are all just skills that need to be developed. And most of the time, again, if you really literally do hear a song that is sung and you hear a rap song and you can't tell the difference, you can't tell if a song is being sung or rapped, then maybe you are tone deaf. I mean, I don't know, but all I know is that most people that have ever come in for music lessons that we see, 9 times out of 10, I don't know if I've ever actually met anybody that is actually tone deaf, that can't actually develop the skill to differentiate between different pitches. So I would err on the side of if you're able to tell, again, a song that is sung and a song that is rapped, then you're not tone deaf, and you don't have to worry about it. Then it's just a question of how do you want to develop the ability to hear, sing, and play different pitches. And that's going to be easy once you have it broken down step by step, and you get enough correct repetitions of those steps. It's not going to be that difficult. It's going to be really easy to do. So anyway, I'm sharing these with you because we hear these all the time, and as a music instructor and as music instructors here at American Guitar Academy Music Lessons, these are some of the things that hold people back the most, okay? And they don't need to. They're just flat out wrong most of the time. So don't let these myths hold you back from moving forward with your learning music and you're learning an instrument or doing anything that you want to do, because they're just flat out wrong almost all of the time. So anyway, if you are excited about exploring music lessons with us further, or checking out whatever specials we have going on, go ahead and find the link around this video, and we'll hope to see you sometime in your music lessons when it's a good fit for you.